There is a quiet paradox at the heart of the spiritual path. The more intensely someone tries to reach the ultimate reality, the further it seems to slip away. People meditate harder, study deeper, adopt more spiritual practices, and yet the realization they seek never fully arrives. But why? Because the very act of trying to reach the monad is the mechanism that keeps it hidden. Not because the monad is distant, but because the seeker itself is the illusion standing in the way. Today, we are going to uncover a truth that many seekers overlook. Trying to reach the monad doesn't bring you closer to it. It quietly reinforces the illusion that you are separate from it. Throughout spiritual history, the monad has been described as the ultimate reality, the source of all existence, the ground of consciousness, the indivisible unity behind all appearances. Philosophers, mystics, and seekers have spent centuries trying to understand it. But here is the critical point that is often missed. The monad cannot be reached. Not because it is impossible, but because it is not somewhere else. The monad is not a destination. It is the reality that is already present before the idea of reaching ever arises. And when someone begins seeking it as an object, something subtle happens. They unknowingly move further away from recognizing what was never absent. Let's explore why. The moment a person begins trying to reach the monad, they unknowingly create a split. There is now the seeker and the monad, one who is here and something that must be attained. But the monad, by definition, is absolute unity. There cannot be two. The moment a seeker tries to reach it, they have already stepped into duality. The mind has created a story. I am here, and enlightenment is over there. I am incomplete, and the monad will complete me. But the monad cannot be reached through division, because division itself is the illusion. This is why many people spend years on spiritual paths and still feel like they are approaching realization. Approaching, but never arriving. Because the one who is approaching is the very thing that dissolves when realization occurs. The mind has a habit. It turns everything into an object. Something to understand, something to grasp, something to reach. But the monad is not an object within reality. It is the reality in which all objects appear. Trying to reach the monad is like a wave trying to reach the ocean, or a mirror trying to see the reflection. It is already what it is looking for. The mind cannot grasp the monad because the mind itself appears within it. So when the mind tries to reach it, it unknowingly keeps creating more concepts, more ideas, more philosophies, more explanations. And all of those explanations remain within thought. But the monad exists before thought appears. This is why the realization is not intellectual. It is not conceptual. It is a recognition that happens when the mind stops trying to capture what cannot be captured. Most seekers are driven by a quiet assumption. I am not there yet. This belief fuels effort. More meditation, more practices, more techniques. And none of these things are wrong. But they can quietly reinforce a powerful illusion. The illusion that realization is something that happens in the future. But the monad is not a future achievement. It is the reality of the present moment. Before thought, before identity, before the seeker even appears. When effort is driven by the belief that something is missing, it strengthens the sense of a separate self, And the separate self is precisely what dissolves in realization. So the seeker keeps running towards something that only appears when the running stops. At some point on the path, a profound shift becomes possible. Not a new teaching, not a new practice, but a new way of seeing. The question quietly changes from, how do I reach the monad, to something much simpler. What is here before the idea of reaching arises? When attention turns inward this way, something surprising becomes visible. The awareness that is looking was never separate from reality. It was never outside of the monad. The seeker was a story created by thought. And the moment that story relaxes, the distance collapses. Not because something new has been achieved, but because what was always present is finally recognized. This is the paradox many traditions point toward. Realization does not happen when the seeker finally reaches the truth. It happens when the seeker is no longer believed. The search dissolves, and what remains is simple presence, awareness without effort, being without becoming, life unfolding without the pressure to arrive somewhere else. This does not mean practices are useless. Meditation, contemplation, and inquiry can all help quiet the mind. But their real function is not to bring you somewhere new. Their function is to reveal what was already here before the journey began. The monad was never hiding. It was simply overlooked because the mind was busy trying to reach it. Trying to reach the monad pushes it further away for a very simple reason. It turns unity into a destination. And the moment unity becomes a destination, duality has already been created. The seeker and the sought. But the monad is what remains when that division dissolves. Not something gained, not something achieved. Simply the recognition that what you were searching for was the very awareness doing the searching. If this journey spoke to you, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone ready to experience life beyond thought. Comment below. What changed for you when you stopped trying to reach enlightenment? I read every comment. If you would like to support my work directly, you can do so at buymeacoffee.com/magnumopus333. Or you can explore some original merchandise at my Teespring store online. The link is in the description below. Remember, your consciousness is the key that unlocks reality. Let's keep unlocking it together. Thank you for watching. Until next time.